Welcome back on the Loki Airgunner YouTube channel. Today is going to be my first hunting vlog. I got permission from the farmer to go explore a bit of land near my house. At this time of the year, there is a lot of moose hunters on public land, so I want to stay away from the trails and stuff like this as much as I can. Moose hunters only have around a month to do their thing, so this small private property will be perfect to explore while I'm waiting for that. I found this bridge because I spooked something and I followed where it went, and this is where I've seen a nice bridge right next to my face. There is a lot of different signs of wildlife in this area, including this fresh pile of dirt, but the farmer doesn't come here very often, so there is no trails. There used to be some about 15 years ago, but not anymore. I found a lot of small holes in the pine tree. No, that's not a pine. What the heck is that? Judging by the ground, this must be a spruce. Anyway, let's talk about the holes. I am not sure what lives in them. I'm not a wildlife expert by any means. If you know anything about this feather or this hole or anything you see in this video, please leave a comment with a timestamp. For example, I believe this will be at about 1:45. So you write at 1:45, so everybody will be able to click on it and see what you're talking about, like this poop with some red in it and some weird stuff. I, I, I'm making a poop video. That's pretty cool, guys. My guess for this one will be a fox poopy, but I don't know, and I don't know what are those shiny mushrooms, but they were pretty cool. I did not see much small game yet, like rabbits and partridges. They definitively know the trails better than I do because I don't have any. You might notice later I will be carrying a machete. It's because I was tired of scraping my gamo into the branches and getting my sling loose. Those two birds were not happy that I landed in between them. If I cannot find some small game, maybe I can eat that weird green mushroom and survive. Who knows? Maybe not. Probably not. I've been using my good and trusty Model Naughty custom break barrel sling, and except that it does get loose when I pass and stuff like that. It was a great tool to help me find some holes like this one. I wonder what lives in it. Should I put a trail camera right on that tree, filming at that hole, and so we can figure out what lives in it? Or are you a professional and you will put a comment with a timestamp telling me exactly what that hole is for? By the way, let me know if you guys are liking hunting vlogs and just exploring and finding some trails like this and some woodpecker damage like this and some nice mushroom that's not so nice, but that's pretty cool still. If you don't like nature, you probably should not be here. Hey, j'ai trouvé des pets de loup, tabarnak. I found some other kind of mushrooms, and yeah, this is one of the weirdest holes that I found because there's like a small cut, but it is part of some sort of moss hill. I don't know how to describe it. What do you think is living in this thing? One morning, as I was going to my startup point, because I started exploring from one spot, so I know where I am from this spot, I've seen this guy run around. and he was smart enough to spot me before he even came out of that tall, weird plant stuff. Foxes are good looking creatures, but if I don't find any small game, he might be on the small game list. Maybe not with the Gamo. This is a pretty big hole. Let's not put my head into it. By the way, I'm making a voiceover, but this season is loud. Nights in Canada are getting pretty damn cold. You can judge this by the frozen grass. But I try to stay positive and tell myself that snow will only help me to hunt small game. I'm not sure this is coming from something small and gamey though. This looks like some coyote or small wolf poopy. Please tell me if you know something about poopies. I am trying to learn about foods and poopies and where to find what does the poopies with the food and stuff like this. I also need to know my trees better, obviously. This part of the property is my favorite because it has been taken care of in the last few years. I don't know when, but there is less branches and more bulldozers and coniferous trees like Christmas trees and is it spruce? Something like it. On va dire mélèze, épinette, sapin, des affaires de même, tu veux dire. And I don't know how to call this bulldozer, so I will say it is a big Canadian shovel, and this is a weird something else underground. Yep, if you know what to do. Judging by this fresh dirt, I'm not the only one who wanted to see this bulldozer, or mushrooms, or fruits, or I don't know whatever came here did and wanted to do, but I'm out here having a good time in the wilderness. Another cool thing that I found right next to those scraps was the property line and a very nice mushroom. Look at that mushroom. Pretty cool, ain't it? And the next thing you know, you're in the wrong hood.
You're lucky I'm in Canada. You're lucky I'm in Canada. But at this point I suggest you go play under this tree, and I will try to swing it a bit for you. Okay? You squirrely squirrel.
And then I found some spooky witch brooms. Rust brooms, or whatever they call this thing. This one is huge. They call that Melampsorella caryophyllacer serum. Something like this with my fake English accent. If someone knows what happened to Jerry, the little shrew, please tell me. I hope it's not the damn cat. Let's make a funky theory. It was a vegan something trying to protect those shrooms, and he escaped that way. He pass it right here to go right there, you know. And then he did a drive-by on those chipmunks or mini groundhogs. I don't know what live in those holes. Is that a mole? Is that a owl? I don't know. Like I said, if you know anything about anything in this video, please leave a comment with a timestamp so everybody knows what you're talking about. I'd say this is maybe some skunk poopy. Again, I'm only making funky theories, but it might be the type of animal to scrape the ground to make some dirt patches like this around some spiky weeds. But I really don't know. I'm just exploring, having fun, finding trails, trying to learn more about nature and stuff like this. Let me know if you guys enjoy hunting vlogs and following me in my adventure. By following this track, I found a fancy hole hidden in the grass. It was very hard to find and a decent size, but smaller than some of the holes that I did find. I am a beginner at hunting and stuff like this, so I could not say what lived in any of the holes that I found. But in the small ones, maybe chipmunks or moles. I don't know about moles in my area, and I don't know if I say it right. But in the bigger ones, maybe skunks, maybe groundhogs, coyote in the bigger ones, fox, all kinds of stuff can live in a hole. Please tell me if I'm wrong. One thing for sure, I won't find a partridge looking at the ground, but there is plenty of holes along this ditch, like this one that I found because there is fresh dirt. But I will say this is a marmot hole because you guys will say it is a groundhog, but it is not because they're the same even though they're it is a marmot, tabaknag. This is just a guess. Say what is yours. This area looks pretty good for snaring and stuff like this. I don't know if I will try it before winter because it will be easier if I see what is walking there.
Maybe I should use that thing. I messed up. Skunky, skunky. Get the fuck out of here.
I like how I'm making noise to make sure I don't find a skunk, to just put my machete in a weird hole about 2 minutes later. But that's how it goes. And that's about all I had for today. I've seen one partridge, spooked a few things, seen a fox, but no meat for me yet. This is the kind of day where you tell yourself why I don't own a 12 gauge. But that's alright. Maybe one day we will get a decent air shotgun so we can take care of this. Who knows? But in the meantime, I'm just gonna look at them. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more. Please leave a comment if you enjoyed the video or if you are a tree, poop or animal expert. I'm ready to learn some new things and share the learning process in this kind of vlogs if you guys want it. If not, most of those clips might end up on my second channel. I'm hoping to see y'all in the next one.